Dear viewers at home, you are welcome to another wonderful episode on Viewpoints. And the topic we are treating today is avoid exchange of regrets. Mark chapter 8, verse 36. It says, what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What is regret? Regret is a kind of loss that cannot be replaced and is being lost forever from its owner. There are so many things that we can lose in one's life. The same thing with exchange. Exchange is replacing something with another thing in order to gain something. There are some exchange that they are consciously done. There are some unconsciously done. There are some forcefully done, and there are some willingly it is done. But in order to avoid exchange of regrets, let us listen to this story. There were two men in the same community. They were friends. In fact, they were jolly friends. So some speculations were telling us that they belong to same secret society because the way they were living, they are so close that virtually nobody can see their secrets. They were prospering, but they don't live a godly life. So there was a day, one of them was in the house with his family on Saturday morning. He was on the dining table. Different food was served. He was about to eat. Then he beat his chest. He started coughing. Before you know, he slumped on the floor. The wife came around. Some people were sprinkling water. Some people were using something to open his mouth. Some people were hitting him in the chest. Some people were patting him at the back. Some people said, let's take him to the hospital. Eventually, they took him to the hospital. By the time he would get to the hospital, he was already unconscious. He was in this state of unconsciousness for 5 good days. So on the 5th day, he woke up in the morning. He now gave us account of what happened to him. He said on that fateful day, when he was eating with his family, a strange being like a monster, very terrible in sight and scary, entered through the wall, and he held him in his neck and he was dragging him. He said when the monster was dragging him, he had already taken him out of the house. That was when his body fell down in the physical. So he had already gone. They were talking to his body, but the spirit had been enslaved somewhere. The man said he was in this journey for 3 days, that the monster was so serious. Then on the 5th day, another monster joined him. They were torturing him. They were about to throw him into a big dungeon. Then a young man came around, very, very pleasant. He was putting on a port track suit. And then he said, leave him. Immediately, both of them saw the man. He said, the boy that came around he should be like 18, 17. Very, very young boy. He said, the moment the boy came, both monsters bowed their head and they said, Master. And the young man said, leave him. I give you 1 year to correct your wrongs. In a year's time, I will allow you to be taken. And immediately, those people left him and he woke up. When he now woke up in the hospital, people were shouting, thank God he has come around, this and that. But the man was scared. He was just looking at everybody. He was scared to talk to anybody. He was scared to touch anybody. Then the second friend came by. He now said, so he was telling his friend what he encountered in his dream, or let me say, in his escapade in the spiritual world. The second friend told him, nobody saved you. I run helter-skelter for you. I ran to places. We made sacrifices. We did so many things in order to restore your spirit back to life. So it was not that young man that saved you. I killed cow. I killed ram. I paid money. I carried sacrifice and so many things in order to restore you. For like 2 weeks, this man could not talk to anybody. He would just sit in his spot. He would be looking at everybody and he would be remembering what he passed through. But on the 3rd week, that his friend had been talking to him, he summoned courage and they started talking again. They were going to parties, they were enjoying their life, they were doing so many things they have been doing together before the incidents. Exactly 1 year, they went to a function. So in that function, they were through in that function. They were about to go home. Then the first person opened his car. The second person was about to open his car. He felt a sharp something that hit him in his chest. He held on to his chest. As he was beating his chest, he was coughing blood and he slumped down. That was the second person, the man that had an experience recently. So they rushed him to the hospital, and by the time the doctor checked him, they said BID, brought in dead. He had already died before they were able to rush him to the hospital. So the second friend was crying that, my friend, why will you leave me? What happened to you again? But this time he had been confirmed dead. It was in that mood of sorrow that he was crying, that he remembered that it was exactly a year ago that his friend was resuscitated back to life. And he was commanded to come and correct all his wrongdoings. The friend now started crying that definitely his friend, he had a real encounter, but he misplaced it. That's how he exchanged his own salvation for another. Do you know that it was that second friend that was encouraging him to go in the way of sin? It was him that incident pushed him to give his life to Jesus. He started sharing tracts. He was going from place to place to talk about Jesus. Can you see an exchange of regrets? The first friend that met Jesus in his first escapade, his soul will be somewhere now, looking at his second friend. But behold, the second friend has given his life to Jesus. You that you are listening to me, that you are watching me, how are you doing your life? That grace that God is releasing, extending to you, don't exchange it for regret. Don't give it out for regret. Those who are telling you that you should enjoy your life, you should live as you want, they are the one that they are deceiving you. They want to lead you into the way of perdition. Hold on to the truth that you have known, because if you perish today, those people that they are encouraging you to go in the way of the sin with them, they will change and their life will be better. You have opportunity now. You that you are watching me in house, on your phone, you have opportunity now to correct and to make all your wrongs to be good. Begin to do it now. Don't wait till the time you will not be able to correct your wrongs again. And as you are doing this, the Lord will give you the enablement, the strength, the capacity to live aright, to do the right thing, and to continue in the way that you will not regret at the end of the day. Shall be well with you as you do this. Shalom.